or hit by a stray bullet. And some of us will cross into eternity screaming, I can't breathe, begging for our mother steps away from the safest place we call home.
Everybody light up, clap it up, snap it up. Somebody in here got to be a tech person. We need you to make a fire sign emoji and put it so we can do that. Put that up. All right. And listen, people, if you're keeping track at home, you can communicate with the poets in the chat box. They like to read these things after they share their poems or during. Yo, it keeps them going. It keeps them happy, keeps them excited. And the poets have social media. They have Venmo. They have PayPal. They have all of these things. So make sure you stay in contact with the poets. If you like Rico, give him one more time. Clap sign, thumbs up sign for Rico, please, everybody. Next up, coming out of Brooklyn, not gentrified, pre-gentrified Brooklyn. Vinny, am I right? Vincent Hill coming out of pre-gentrified Brooklyn. He has the mural up just so you can remember. Everybody, thumbs up emoji, clap it up emoji for Vincent Hill, please, everybody.
What's going on, everybody? See the call, Kana. Yeah. I brought the gangster bag in the bucket hat. I want to live to be old. I want to know me saying that doesn't make me brave. I deserve the chance to see it happen. I want to get old and gray and love without my wife fearing for my life. You see, America treats these dark continent bodies like zombies. They teach us to live with one foot in the grave, like being amongst the living is a privilege. When every day you go outside, you feel like the walking dead. You grow up learning how to dodge executions from a system that profits off Black demise. You know what it's like? To know that if a cop took my life, society won't bat an eye. Media will justify my outlined body as thug, like I ain't have a mother that called me son. Instead, they'll show a picture of me with a blunt and say I always was a hothead. After all, law is just about what's right. After all, law isn't about what's right or wrong, but what you can prove. And Black men being viewed as human goes against the 13th Amendment. I figured it out. They want us all canceled, canned and sold like animals so they can sell these Black bodies. America has a thing for putting Black bodies into boxes. Maybe that explains why the system only charged Hankerson 3 counts of wantonly endangering the neighbors while Breonna Taylor is dead. She was sleeping at home when police kicked in the door and let bullets spray. Now she lay inside a box, and there hasn't been so much as a discussion about who's to be convicted for murder. Justice is a con who victimizes my people. Funerals must be big business. The same way jail cells are skyrocketing. They got a monopoly board set up on my melanin. My whole life, I've been trained on how to outlive my coffin and dodge a cell. My mind never knew what it meant to live carefree. I was too busy trying to learn how to be non-threatening. See, when you're 6'4" and Black, you learn a smile. It's the only difference between Thug and Will Smith, but it still don't matter. Because at any given moment, both could be Sean Bell. That's 50 shots, 1 bullet for each state that I'm not safe in. I could be killed for selling cigarettes. My mother could die sleeping in bed. I could die for suspicion of having counterfeits. America, let me see how this Mayweather counterfeits. Imagine your mother doing some shit that normal people do, like sleeping in bed. Police come, raid your home, start shooting at will without even knowing if someone's there, then walk away with no repercussions. Just a whack-ass verdict that says the actions of your murderers was reckless, not to your mother who they helped kill, but for the neighbors who could have been injured in their wanton endangerment. Now tell me you wouldn't protest. Tell me a brick wouldn't start to look like revolution. Tell me you wouldn't hope justice would be machete, would be lock them cops up, police reform would be let me breathe, let me jog in peace, let me live as human, let me live, let me live, let me live. I want to get old. Watch my hair fade to gray with a wife who doesn't have to fear for my life. But I question whether Black people will ever be humanized in this country without blood. That was the first poem.
Clap it up. Clap emojis, fire signs for Vinny Hiller, please, everybody.
Thank you. That was fresh feces. Like,
That's how you fresh feces.
that was fresh feces today.
Yeah, we gotta stop with people learning these science words, man.
Oh man. All right, so this poem right here. All right, since we was listening to Aguanile, I want to do something like this. I wondered about you. What it would be like to love in bachata. See, I'm black, and you, a cinnamon-skinned descendant of the Taino, but our tribes aren't foreign because we know love starts with the heart. It's the baseline to this dance. That's why every move can be felt in the soul. We fall in rhythm. Chemistry brings us together, sway our bodies into matrimony. I thought about being the last dancing partner you'll ever need. Imagined our feet beating new rhythm into earth, hands chained together, spirits tethered. I thought about realizing every partner before this was just practice, including the one who broke your heart and left you bedside in a hospital because of your thoughts of suicide, and the girl who couldn't receive me after I gave every beat I had inside. We've been torn before this, but somehow find ourselves in the same ballroom, moving with perfect timing, like we never missed a step. Maybe this is once in a lifetime, and we don't know because we're torn between the desires dangling right outside each other. Maybe us is a wedge between a slim chance, and all we have to do is choose one another as partners on this dance floor where everyone is searching for the same thing, but too afraid to let their feelings show. So we dance around each other, act as if there's no magnets between us, hesitate to move closer, even though our guards are down, and we both feel sincerity mingling in our auras. I want to unison with you, look you in the eyes, grab you by the waist, and lose track of time until we've subtracted everyone else under this disco ball we orbit around, and all that's left is you, me, and this bachata.
All right. Give it up for Vinny Hiller, bachata. And Vinny, you can't be using girls for practice. They're gonna, the tweets are coming. The tweets are, hey, forward all your tweets to Vincent Hill. Listen, you can't tell them that. Oh, Twitter storm. Okay, listen, give it up for Vinny Hiller, please, everybody, one more time. Vinny Hiller coming through for us, man. And look, if you're ready for your next poet, let me see. There's some clap signs and some emojis or something like that. We bring up. We have Chev Too Much. See spot. Chev, do you go by Chev Too Much or do you go by Siobhan? I feel like I've been very strange introduction I got to give you, man. It's like
the past like couple years. It's just Chev these days.
Okay.
No, Chev Too Much because Chev felt kind of bland and whatnot.
I didn't want to be like, all right, everybody, your next dancer is Chev Too Much. I didn't want to do that to you, man. So I figured I'd clarify with you. But Chev, you go by Chev, right?
Yes, sir.
Clap it up for Chev, everybody, please. Welcome, Chev.
Backstage. I wonder what night thinks of day. I wonder how God decided which he'd give his son to, how they called one unholy, as if the moon ever burned anybody, as if it don't set table for stars, but still has to eat breakfast out back. I wonder who decided black sky be the time to close your eyes, as though we didn't need to see this. Sending children to bed early in avoidance, as if day ain't the one that always begins in morning, cracks dawn like whip, If work not done will take your light, your children, your freedom away. Watched a world turn over in 24 hours and colonized all but 8. Decided the month we celebrate love and black be the one it leaves early will blind you. If you ever look close enough to see the night behind everything it does, as if God himself didn't say, let there be light. Meaning the darkness was already present, already gift. Cursed be whoever told you that a holy night be a silent one, night be a party. Loud and as joyous as the heavens it sits under, darkness be so beautiful, God left it in your eyelids. Imagine how much he loves you. If you put it in your skin, it's a poem.
Right on.
I was told I got 2. Do I got 2?
Yes, sir.
All right, we going short, then we going like regular performance length and all that. So that was a short joint. Appreciate everybody.
Thank you, sir.
Do you know why white people love putting us in the ground? It's because you can't gentrify air. In 1985, Nike released the first Air Jordan 1s at a cost of $65. And for the first time since Juneteenth, a nigga's price went up and we celebrated. Made firework sounds from casual wear casualties, consumerism, culture, clothes, caskets, and crossovers over concrete. The American dream turned hoop dream. Jumpman be the first black boy silhouette that wasn't chalk. So even the wokest of us slept outside a Foot Locker bearing tides. You call it luxury. We call it the cost of having a God that looks like you. And look how human they treat him. How happy white folks be to trade shoes with dudes who can get on a court full of niggas and shoot. Look how they call him what his mama does. Clap on his arrival. How he hangs in air with no noose, just basket, just unabashed joy, tongue out, taste of freedom, no martyr. Just Mars Blackman saying it's got to be the shoes, and we believed him. So soon as your feet were big enough to be tried as adults, judgment came by the content of your Concords. Boy, just look anything but poor. Have something beautiful in the closet between all those skeletons. In my first pair, I could leap over a glass ceiling in a single bound. Does police keep up with the Joneses? Keep from Joan Dawn, roasted, flamed, clowned, ass cut till wrist cut and big drip. Turn these red bottoms, turn these bloody shoes. My second pair almost got me shot. Walked through a hood that looked nothing or maybe way too much like mine. Nobody knew my name. Bullets don't have any. Some niggas tried to make theirs, taking the one off my shoes, and I don't blame them because when they ask why they can't have nice things, ain't no answer that don't sound like privilege. My third pair never came. I had no home to put them. I had no closet to put them in. No home to put the closet in. Just a lot of skeletons and nothing beautiful. I donated my every dollar to staying alive. Wore a beat up pair of 1s until they had holes in the bottom. My soul smacked the pavement, and I still don't know if that's a metaphor yet. I slammed for cash. Learned that money can't buy happiness, just the occasional something to smile about. And some days, that might be all the fuck you need. Some days, strength to get through the day is nothing but a calm flex. See, nobody's shoes are fresh after you've walked a mile in them. So how do we protest oppression but still laugh at the broke nigga? And yes, I've been the broke nigga, so I know the only thing that costs more than security is insecurity. I know that luxury is not the sneaker. It's being black, and that not being the reason there's a gun pointed at you. So whether I go Rodney or Ricky, lynched or Willie Lynch, killed by swag or by system, if I'm destined to run from bullets, I regret nothing but the creases. I just pray that my next pair makes me fly. And fly as hell, fly enough to catch the next brother's angel before it screeches through the gates of heaven and grab it, stuff it back in his body just long enough to tell him that I've already seen God. And he kind of looks like you. Thank you.
Yes, Chef. Yes.
Appreciate it.
Hey, Chef, I recently found out that you was a ball player for school. I didn't know this.
That is a fact. How'd you find that out?
Listen, Chef, I'm very good at internet stalking, man. I'm unreasonably talented at cyber stalking. It's an embarrassing skill that I've developed. I don't know how I picked it up, but I did find out you actually got trophies and stuff in basketball. It's crazy. Yeah, it's scary. I apologize for stalking you, okay? But look,
I was wondering where you got the super old freshman year picture from.
Listen, people volunteer information to me all of the time. They like, look, Jive, you want to see what Chef looked like when he was 16? Here, put this picture on the flyer. And I did. And then they had all your basketball trophies too. It was great. It was fantastic. I'm gonna probably be at the Thanksgiving dinner. I'm friends now.
Welcome.
Welcome. Listen, everybody, one more time for Chef. Too much, please, everybody. And look, just so you know, we got Alicia Smith in the building too, man. She can dunk on people. She can dunk on grown men. It's a problem. She just jump over you. Just fake an injury. Get off the court as fast as you possibly can. It's the best way to play ball with her. I am the Nardwuar poetry. Yes, I'm the Nardwuar poetry, you guys. All right, listen. You ready for your next poet? Let me see you do some emojis or something so I can know you with me. All right. I don't see any. I see one. Okay. Let me know they're only semi with me. Some people got to tap their iPhones and gonna flip the camera around very embarrassingly and show us their bookshelf. Okay. Look, you ready for your next poll? We got Roddy. Clap it up for Roddy, please, everybody.
How y'all doing, y'all? Y'all can hear me just well?
We can hear you, Roddy.
All right, y'all can hear me fine. All right, so look, we real live tonight, y'all. I'm doing this in the car, so y'all getting a real live experience. You ain't gonna never see nothing like this again, all right? All right. So I know y'all can't see it, but right now I got on my Doc Martens, and I call them dyke boots. Call them that for a reason. Okay?
Wait, what are these boots now, Roddy? What are they called?
They're called my dyke boots. It's when I
All right.
came to do work, you know, it's when I came to get things done.
Yes.
When you see me in my dyke boots, bring your A game. I came to get shit done. I came to work. That's what
It's
they're
going to
called.
be a problem for everybody and their aunts if she got her dyke boots on. It's a problem.
Pretty much. And I always got my dyke boots on. That's the thing. That's the kicker, you know?
Daily operation.
But sometimes the dyke boots don't work and you get sent the wrong message. Thinking that I'm on the straight path, so you walk in my direction, and I get it. The titties stay lifted. And with the size of these thighs, your eyes may have shifted because you a real nigga. You know real shit. And with that fact in your mind, you approach me with a certain intent because you a man and I 100% woman, no less. So when in my presence, it's easy for my essence to put a little bass in your chest, and I get it. I'm pretty. I got dimples in my smile. Maybe you live a kink life and you like my dominant style, no judgment. I'm flattered, yet only interested in women or those whose natural spirit is mostly feminine. And I can hear the testosterone dripping off your tongue before this moment begun. And although you're quite handsome, I'm good, bruh. Know this. It'd be a shame for you to shoot your shot in this game and miss, but I guess a bruised ego can't hear my words and accept that you've been curved. You have the audacity to open your mouth and say you can straighten me out. Like, come on, dude. I told you the truth, so consider a weight lifted. But your face twisted. Whole swag shifted in the instant you're offended. Because when it comes to dick, I don't take it, I give it. So you live it, I get it. Your attention has always been gifted to women attracted to persistence. And today, your manhood chose me. A lesbian who doesn't play pretender. So you ball your fist and turn this heavyweight chick into your number one contender. And you're allowed to be a homophobe. Every asshole has an opinion, but you fragile. So if you can't bag me, you'd rather me in one. Just because the situation ain't what it could be, you're gonna make me fight and defend my life, or else I gotta die for the pussy. Well, let's go. Just know, I fuck like I fight, may be a dyke, but I ain't no bitch, won't be no cries for help. You can stick this stud in a ditch and they'll still say, I brought it on myself for being different, for loving women, for living loud in my truth. You may say us black gays are weird, but we are not the new strange fruit. So tonight, I am ready to fight for every black lesbian who learned her wife must be worth her losing her career, her home, and her life. Like so many women in the rainbow who was laid low because a bitch nigga like you couldn't handle when they said no. Nothing has ever been easy for me. I must be fearless in my queerness in a world that despises it, but I'll die in caskets before you bastards force me back in a closet. I will win this by myself because that's all I've ever had. Wasn't no LGBT behind me. They just put black in a pride flag. They say us black gays look blue in the moonlight, but our knuckles be color purple. All our lives we had to fight to feel safe in the land of the free, where women are hated for loving just like me. I pray the day never comes where I'm another black lesbian silence, but if so, may God kill all my enemies with kindness. Let death leave a smile on their face when the day's done, so their last breath be a gay one. All right, so that's my first one.
Yo, Roddy's from Jersey. Roddy's
Yes,
from Jersey.
hi guys. I'm from Jersey. My name's Roddy.
All
If
caps,
you like
spell her
me,
name right.
send me $1. Send me $2 because I got things to do. You feel
And
me?
spell her name right.
Huh?
Spell her name right. All caps.
Yes. RADI, all capitals. Please spell it with all caps. I'm an artist. I'm sensitive about that shit. Okay? Please. The last time I did a show, I wasn't able to do all the pieces that I wanted to do, and this one was highly recommended. And I wasn't able to do it, so I would like to share it with you guys if that's okay. I'm guessing that's okay. Bet. This is a very popular piece, and I haven't performed it in a while, so just ride with me through the story, okay? You know, as your wife, I know many things about you. Like the way you're sipping your tea right now, I knew without even turning around that each sip was mouthful, warm and sweet. I don't let you love almonds, the flavor, the color, the scent, the nut. You know, almonds increase the levels of iron in your blood cells. It improves the strength of your bones by adding more cartilage. Companies that sell almond by the bulk tend to treat them with a chemical that kills the natural minerals within them. To see if your almonds are good, just place them in a little water. The ones with life will sink to the bottom, but the dead ones float. Sort of like bodies. Almonds are packed with magnesium, potassium, calcium, most importantly, vitamin E, the sex vitamin. Once released into your bloodstream, it increases the amount of testosterone stored in your loins. So you feel more like a man in a position of power, holding on to your woman. Your thrust becomes more than just a push against flesh. The blood draining from your muscles make your heart beat faster, breath shorten, grip tighten. After eating almonds, you have a bad habit of digging your nails in. When I came into your office the other day, I couldn't help but notice the nail marks in your secretary's arm, or the rip in her stocking that just so happened to match the fabric jam in the lower corner cabinet of your almond orangey colored desk, or the fact that your almond scent seemed to seep through her skin. You must think that I'm stupid. You made me eat mixed nuts by the handful in college. Said it was the only food scientifically proven to increase one's knowledge. I learned that almonds taste like a form of carbon bonded to nitrogen, a fatal combination for humans, after you taught me that the Romans used to shower their newlyweds with almonds to increase fertility. I connected the dots between every bowl of almonds strategically placed on all the flat surfaces in you and your secretary's office. I often questioned if those almonds helped you store everything you needed to know while you were out working late all those nights while I was at home cooking your fish coated in almonds, your favorite dish. Or did it make you forget to wipe the tone of her almond makeup off the lining of your briefs? You don't even know how much palm it takes to scrub those same smudges out the threading of our sheets. I know that you like your tea hot, so I brought it straight from the teapot this morning after remembering that. Cyanide has this enzyme that shuts down your cell's ability to reproduce energy. It then shuts off your heartbeat and central nervous system, which controls your breathing. And I notice you're not yawning a lot this morning. Anyway, cyanide is a colorless, odorless liquid, a fatal combination of nitrogen and carbon that, if kept hot, just so happens to taste a lot like almonds. And I noticed you finished all your tea today. A good wife knows her husband loves that flavor. Thank you guys so much for letting me be on and spitting with y'all. Mad love to everybody. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you enjoyed it, by all means, send me $1. Send me $2. Let me know that you like me because I love you. And I just gave you some love right here in the car, all right?
You gave us some love in the car. Right. Okay. Get a little love in the car. That's nothing wrong
Y'all,
with that.
little love in the car. That's what y'all getting. Not like that, guys.
And if you mess up, she'll kill you with ice cream toppings because she's figured out how to get cyanide out. It's not a game.
Hey, you got to do what you got to do to survive out here.
Don't play with them Jersey girls because they'll take you out with almonds.
Hey,
Roddy,
you never know.
That's scary and gangster on several different levels I've not achieved yet. Listen, so Roddy, that's your Cash App is your name, Roddy, right?
Yes, Roddy the Poet. If you guys want to send something, by all means, do it.
Hey, listen, Roddy brought up a very good point, man. A lot of these poets, man, COVID shut down a lot of the performance venues, a lot of the opportunities for these artists. And if you really think about the internet right now, the artists have been keeping these things going for free. D-Nice DJ for free. Poets be on these lives for free. And look, support them if you can. If you can throw them a little something, throw them a little something. You know what I mean? And if you can't, don't feel guilty about it. Buy their books or CDs or whatever. Do people still have CDs?
Yes.
I don't think people still make CDs anymore. You about to go, if you buy their CD, then you got to buy a time machine, go back, buy a CD player, bring it back to the future. It's a long way around. Just send them like $5 or $20 or something like that. It'd be good. And listen.
And if you guys want to see me live, I will be performing October 2nd at the Cry Out Cave in Newark. Come on through. I'm doing it live, baby.
You're gonna be socially distanced, you're gonna have a mask on and everything.
Oh, you better believe it. Y'all gonna be far back from the stage.
Yeah, don't
but I'm gonna be there live
on people. That's not we don't breathe COVID on people. Listen, everybody, give your clap emojis for Roddy, please, everybody.
Man, love you guys.
Thank you, Roddy. Thank you.
Thank you. Love y'all.
Listen, you ready for your next poet? We got Ben crossing everybody. Let's make sure Benny. You ready, Benny?
Yeah.
The right way. How about that?
Okay. So pre-COVID, I wanted to give roses to tuberculosis so I could really learn how to make this spit infectious till you mouth my words, tongue their textures, play them cross your lips like dancing specters. I wanted to rhyme with a fearlessness that tattooed my words to the curves of divine double helixes that I'd more than entreat you to climb, I'd insist in it. So by the time you got to the top, you'd be more than just high, you'd get twisted. Shit, I want to flip wordplay so delicious that you lick your lips, glut your ideas to you so round in the belly mental, your teachers get jealous like, who got your mind pregnant? I thought what we had was special. Or maybe I just want to impress you. Spew anthem like the DNA strands in my spit glands were planned by the whim of a remembered verse. Part the lips of others just to let slip the contours of a surrendered curse like shit. He could shed my costume like his name was November 1st. Say I engender thirst, but maybe of a little different kind. Like to switch a line from one of Shaka's rhymes. I'm trying to get laid by this poetry, elope with the slopes of tropes till significance free floats and you realize it's all a joke, but not in the sense of the cock block and knock knocks, rather in the way we could refigure the grid of the globe into a game of hopscotch and barber our way through the severance of cop blocks and the ghosts of forgot props. There's nothing left with to arrest you. No, this is not a manifesto or a manifesta, rather this is the hips that switch between the skips of drum beats that bang percussions on the sun. Tongue the text of dimples that rough draft blushes just for fun. Motherfuckers, I just begun. Reside in that shit David must have slung, because I'm tired of people telling me to go lieth down my criticism like I'd ever handshake my tongue through the grips of complacency. See, I am that fist you shake vigorous like a pirate flag in the face of God when you're like, fuck the Lord, I ain't got no time for makers. I'm here to hawk spit with a hammer, poeticize polemical, fuck the handlers. I am a temper tantrum in tandem with anvils, them antlers on your mantle, come back to life looking for answers. I am that ringing in your ear when you, oh man, it's really weird to do this on Zoom. Okay. The ring in your ear that makes you alert to amber because your seeds of doubt have been kidnapped and their letter of ransom corresponds to the suicide note of the great-great-grandson of the master of the slave plantation mansion. I'm a disease that infects healthy jail cells with a cancer, burns the bars of their chrome zones till they get lit like lanterns and collapse under the dance of the flames expansion. I'm not trying to cover up the blood of an empire. This is history without the tampon. I'm here to minefield the floor for your soldier boy concepts of hip hop to dance on, but go ahead, dance on, be stupid. Tell me it's useless to swing against the sway of nooses when I'm here to cut rope like double Dutch DJs that fill in the gaps between string snaps with hopped up verses they replay and reverse. It's more apt to say I'm trying to jump rope in the alleyways of a dump trope. I am that spittle in the back of the preacher's lung, lying in the cut to cut throat at the precise time he tries to bleach your mind like cut dope. Finally, I am fuck hope that resides on the incline of a Capitol Hill slope combined with fuck a Donald that proves the only trump card in America is non-belief in the citizenship of black folk. Don't act slow when a Tupac stops asking, picks the lock and starts blasting through the back door with the promise of coffin-kissed roses. Holy Moses, this is what Baldwin called the price of the ticket. Overdue dividends that demand extraction from the captor's kin. Like time to reread the Red Sea for fugitivity's teeth clamping in. Like you thought they parted it to flee? Nah, ask the black Jacobins, then perhaps accept the task of an ocean track to drown the master in.
Yes. Yes, Manny. Yes.
Okay, sorry. This is like, it's weird having it in my ear. This is it's been a while. Anyways, okay. This is another one that I wrote a while ago, but it's sort of like, I guess, always relevant. Okay. Oh, and can everyone hear me when I like do this? Okay, great. Okay, cool. Dear Mr. and Mrs. Senator, this is your stain on paper, like slave masters on our money by bars that echo in the chains that slaves heard, reverberate off the bullets of them army rangers that leave terrains deranged with the maimed and slain. I learned that severed limbs could never jut like exclamation out of the shifting text, a newspaper pagination when C-17 rendered their human a question mark. I've learned to bless the dark. Oh, I learned to bless the dark, because the light from your democracies be given third-degree burns to those that find themselves under the shade of steel wings. When our jets depart, you get high off democracy like fence-mounted automated automatics that outburst like Tourette's. You spark family trees. When peer pressure, you get high off atrocity. That's what it was. Okay. Get high off atrocity like fence-mounted automated automatics that outburst like Tourette's. You spark family trees. When peer pressure, democracy rolls up blunt like burner tobacco leaf, like refugee flee, like ash from cities you forced to take the L. And the price of life, well, of course that's fell in a place where the ground is tattooed with toe tags. What value expect a Baghdad body bag to have? The cost of life just ain't the same for us. So our bombs peruse their blocks looking to cop like what's an ounce of flesh to white phosphorus. You are con artist, arsonist with larceny in your veins, feigning to grasp consequence as you arrange the concertina on the fence. Ensconced in fear, you confess to nothing except the desire to lock lips with the mouths of bunkers, bust a nut in the gut of duct tape dreams. Like a serene scene would be duck and cover up. The past is something we got to get past in order to get cash before we understand why they want us to get blast. It seems like yesterday you asked why they hate us. So the deserts pass between the hips of the hourglass, fixed fast to my face, whose paws asked back, are you fucking stupid? Stare down the reflection of its own answer, like how much time do you think we have? Oh, now, Mr. Wallace, your 60 minutes are up. We're not there in the first place. There was never an hour before words like there was never an hour before words like democracy and your before words like security, and your freedom blushes waving American flag red in the face of north-facing moss-colored grins. You have good cause for your apprehension. They are going to kill you. And I hope the cut slow burns like snaking wires at Abu Ghraib, like sun pressed on back in prisons where cotton picking is not a metaphor. Like I'm not switching subjects. Where do you think they train the guards first? It's worth noting that democracy is the piercing you laced to the belly button of our slave ship past, and now so infected with irony. If it wasn't this tragic, I'd laugh at the way you want us to stomach lies about our abdominion. Don't you ever get nauseous of playing cowboy and engine, stretching its repetition over endless geographies? Please, what are you defending? When a child's scream rising from the gut of its lung like dust that will never settle is the only way to pronounce America correctly. I dare you to correct me, dare you to deflect these questions I'm directing at you. Like, what God do you expect us to think you see behind skies you've darkened with clouds of barbed wire and shrapnel? I ask you, when that screams pitch plummets like bombs over, when that screams pitch plummets like bombs over over scorched earth and crawls up lungs like gravel to ask, where will your alibi be? You should leave. Sincerely, Ben C.
Clap it up for Ben C, everybody. Look, Ben is a debater, man. So you probably not used to having it in your ear when you're doing the joints.
Very unused to that, yeah.
It's all right, man. Look, thanks for being here tonight with us, man. Thank you. From the undisclosed location. Remember, see, I didn't do that. See, I didn't do it. Listen. Are you ready? Are you ready for your feature showcase poet? Let me see some clap signals. I don't know. We haven't mastered a way in which to all agree upon our excitement levels yet. I don't know if we have. Yeah. All right. Just do the hands, thumbs up or something like that. All right, listen. Coming all the way from Jersey. Mike, am I right? You from Jersey, right? You grew up in Jersey, Mike? How did we lose Mike when it's time for him to go on? This is
yes.
Great. Mike, where'd you go?
I'm right here. Hello.
You waved like if I'm looking in the direction. It's Zoom. I can't tell where you are, man. I don't know.
Mr. B, I'm right here.
Let's make sure we got Mike on here. Mike,
Jive Poetic, I'm right here.
You were the slam master of New Jerusalem, right?
No, Flo is still the slam master. I just run all the shows and get the spots.
Wait. Don't dance over there. He said, Flo is the slam master, but I run all the shows.
Well,
Big Mike runs the show.
Coach. How's that? I'm the slam master. Flo's the coach.
Big Mike runs the show. That's what he said. All right, listen. Big Mike, has been one of the realest poets I've known in the poetry scene for at least 15 to 20 years, man. And he ain't changed since, man. And he's still doing stuff for the community, still doing stuff for the poets. And he's here tonight to rock for us. He's our showcase, our featured poet. Please clap it up, signal it up for Big Mike. Legend.
So I had this whole set plan, but Jive privately messaged me and said I had to do some other poems. So yo, Rico, you gotta hit that instrumental for me if everybody can hear it.
It's not playing.
Rico, you can't share your screen?
I've been moving calm, don't start no
I
trouble.
don't have the instrumental.
Rico, the instrumental.
You have
Damn
it,
it,
Rico.
Rico.
Don't have it. It's not
What?
playing. It's not playing. Freestyle that.
I'm gonna have to do it a cappella, and it just won't sound as cool.
Nah, do it a cappella, man.
All right, a cappella. So somebody record this and put this shit over 5 weeks. Here we go.
Rico, you
Yo, I'm a parent too, don't start no trouble with me. Why you always run and tell your mother on me? Now she's on the phone and now she cussing at me. Do you dare children stop fussing with me? I don't want to, I just can't believe me. But I'll beat your ass if you don't listen to me. The stinking attitude, it don't mean nothing to me. Don't think for one second you getting over on me. Come on, Dash plan. Dash plan.
No.
You better watch your tone, hey, or I'll take away your phone, hey, leave you with your room alone, hey, hey, no one that think you should, hey, better show respect to me, hey, damn kids. Yo, these damn kids, they don't listen, don't listen, don't listen, don't listen, don't listen to me.
Do it a cappella.
Rico, ready? Here's the second verse. Here we go. He said I'm a gamer. I told him only partly. Here I go. He said I'm a gamer. I told him only partly. I just connect the PS4. I made him play Atari. 20 dub on your attention. Teacher call me 85 is what I want, son. I'm sorry. But you don't need. Shut shit down real quickly. Change your password to the Wi-Fi. If you want to add mattress with no TV, come on, Dash plan. Dash plan. So you better watch your mouth. Hey, I pay the bills in this house. Hey, plus you know what I'm about. Hey, I'm the DA. Hey, better show respect to me. Hey, I'm in the game like me. Hey. No, these damn kids, they don't listen, don't listen, don't listen, don't listen, don't listen to me. Nope. No, they don't. Damn kids. Damn kids. Damn kids. They don't listen, don't listen, don't listen, don't listen, don't listen to me. All right, Rico. Yo, that was the bootleg cut.
Stop.
Dash plan.
Not work.
Thank you, Rico. That was fun. All right. So I'm a school teacher. I'm very frustrated lately. So this set's for all the teachers, and we got to keep plugging along. I'm a third grade teacher. Got a book out. Send the paper to the pen. Please support me. If you want a direct copy, hit me up. Mike Bertram on Facebook, at Mr. B Poetry on Instagram. So these are my poems. I just wrote a new short poem. This is not from my book, but it's new. You want me to teach about liberty and justice for all, but I end up teaching how white walls get more justice than black bodies. Beautiful again. 8-year-olds are magicians. Using a sleight of hand, they remind us what the world is supposed to be. dancing and singing, skipping through life without a care, asking questions, accepting differences, forgiving and forgetting. They are the dreamers, filled with secret adventures, racing with the wind, twirling through time, erasing the past, writing the future. Watch them. Absorb their innocence from seed to stem and make this world beautiful again. So I spend a lot of my time talking to my kids about dreaming and trying to reach for their dreams. So this is a poem called Dreams. My daughter illustrated the picture. She's 12. My daughter did illustrations from my books. Dreams. Life starts with a dream tattooed to your heart. So hold fast, hold long, stay strong. Let the dream keeper capture your heart melodies so they can sing forever. And I found myself thinking about, talking to kids about their dreams. And I wrote this other poem today. I tell kids reach for their dreams as America plugs holes in them once they put their hand up. So we've been doing a lot of diversity training due to everything that's going on in the world. And it's amazing how much teachers, you know what I don't understand? Teachers that fucking support Trump. Like, I don't understand that shit. And you have them out there. So we talk about justice and social justice and all that. And, we talk about the flag and the Statue of Liberty. And I'm kind of like really down on that because I don't believe what it stands for is what it says is what it really stands for in this country. So I wrote a classroom motto, and I know the Statue of Liberty has the New Colossus. So I wrote my own New Colossus poem to welcome my kids into a world where they won't be judged. So this is new. I actually finished it today. So, hopefully you like it. Here stands a chubby man, bald head, goatee, and glasses, holding a red pen like a torch in the night, guiding you. Mr. B, third grade teacher, a new Colossus, be it online or in school, providing 181 days of new life, liberty, differentiated instruction, and most importantly, snack time. So give me your poor, your privileged, your tired, and your ADDHD, yearning to breathe free, rock free, Ritalin free, bounce like 8-year-olds are supposed to, judgment free. Just make sure you log on at 8:30 and have pants on. Send me your gifted and talented. I will make them more gifted and talented. Send me your worried, your shy, the unconfident. I will crack their shells, turning their squeaks to roars. And together we will sip from chocolate milk cartons and feast on school lunches unfit for human consumption. We will let gym class, recess, 4 squares, and heads down, thumbs up, let's play, 7 up, unite us as one. But make sure you don't wear squeaky shoes because you're guaranteed to get caught. Bring them to me here where our desks are allowed to take the shape of our personality. Here, where every type of germ swirls through the room, but it's nothing tissues, masks, and a little hand sanitizer can't handle. Send them to me, for this is a classroom where we pledge allegiance to each other. And yes, we do see skin color, celebrating all cultures, for we were brought here to live, learn, laugh, and spread a little love. So send me your disheveled, your misunderstood, and your nose pickers, your hand wavers, your caller outers, the ones that won't shut the hell up, and that one student that spends more time in the principal's office than in class. Send them to me, and I will point my red pen to the heavens like a flame, glow a worldwide welcome, for room 20 is the golden door to a new world, new life, a new beginning, and most importantly, snack time. Oh shit. That was kind of tiring. All right, I'm gonna keep it moving. I got a couple more. This is a haiku for the Proud Boys that are running around America like fucking cluckheads. Haiku for the Proud Boys. The world would be a much better place if your dads knew when to pull out. So, this is a poem that I wrote. The first time I read it was at Jive's book release party. It's called Things I Often Have to Say to Other White People. And, you know, it's something as a white man in my mid 49s, I have to constantly, I'm checking other white people now because fuck that, no one's getting a pass anymore. And I'm tired of white people asking black people questions like black people have to teach them about racism. So I'll teach them some shit when they say some ignorant shit. But these are things that white people say. And I have to say things to them. Here we go. Number one, how you gonna tell black folks to get over slavery talking about it was 400 years ago, but cry when they knock down your stupid ass Civil War participation statues? Every time you wave that Confederate flag, it screams out one thing: loser. Two, troubled equals white thug. Southern pride equals racist. What do you call a troubled white youth filled with Southern pride? A domestic terrorist. Three, wait, you think immigrants are taking all the jobs? Man, ain't nobody taking your goddamn job. How is it that Mexican has 3 different jobs to support his family, but your 25-year-old son can't put down his PS4 controller to get one? 4, so if you don't see color and race is not an issue, why you get so mad when they paint Jesus black or they make Santa a brother? Why do you start online petitions when they turn a fictional character into a person of color? 5, let me get this straight. Your team wins the championship and your idea of a celebration is flipping over cars, looting local businesses, and burning the city down. But kneeling for the national anthem is completely disrespectful. 6, are you telling me Martin Luther King would be embarrassed by the Black Lives Matter movement? Really? Dr. King would be like arm in arm with Colin Kaepernick singing Childish Gambino's This Is America, moonwalking up and down Donald Trump's orange ass until every profiling ass police officer / white supremacist senator is held accountable for their actions. 7, unless you are Sonic the Hedgehog or a goddamn Smurf, blue lives do not matter. There are no blue people here. 8, yes, there is a white entertainment network. It's called the Hallmark Channel. And yes, there absolutely is a show called Whitish. I think you call it Friends, or maybe it's Seinfeld. 9, whenever you say, I don't want to sound racist, but, or whisper the word black, you sound extra racist with a side of Hellman's smothered in Miracle Whip. 10, liberty and justice for all is an American mirage. So if white guilt means empathetic, then I'm guilty as charged. Because you can wear a hoodie without getting shot in the back. And you can eat Skittles without getting shot in the back. Tell police that you're armed without getting shot while your kid sits in the back. Our skin is a privilege. We were born with it. It doesn't make our lives perfect. It doesn't mean we're lazy, assholes, or bad people. It means we were given a 25-point lead in Game 7 of the NBA Finals before tip-off, and we got the ref in our pocket. So just fucking acknowledge it. It's not personal, but keep your pale-ass point of view to yourself. Mind your goddamn business. Put your cell phone down. Shut the fuck up and just listen. 10B. And if you do get invited to the cookout, leave your macaroni and cheese and potato salad at home. And what y'all really need to do, other than purchase my book, that would be really dope, Y'all need to vote for Big Mike because he's an honest mother. Shut your mouth. If I were president, I'd treat teachers like pampered, overpaid athletes. Now coming into class, making $25.2 million, three-time teacher of the year with endorsement deals from Staples, Crayola, and the first ever teacher to have his face on a bottle of Elmer's glue, third grade teacher, Mr. B. And everyone would love me. Not because I teach their kids to read and write. Oh, hell no, because I'm rich. We don't need no education. Show me the money. If I were president, I wouldn't build a fucking wall. I'll tackle the real issues like ATM fees. No longer will you have to pay to take out your own damn money. And how about a new holiday for you, the people, like slap the shit out of your boss day. Let your boss know who really runs this mother-loving company. See, y'all need to vote for Big Mike because he's an honest mother. Shut your mouth. If I were president, I wouldn't increase taxes. That's not cool. Not cool. I'd introduce new ones, like the stupid tax. Doing that dumb shit that makes no sense will get your sorry ass taxed. If you're a white boy with a wave cap, you're taxed. If your rims cost more than your car, you're taxed. If you smoke weed and drink alcohol, but don't eat pork because it's bad for you, you're taxed. If you leave your Christmas lights up all year round, you're taxed. If you didn't know that the Affordable Health Care Act and Obamacare were the same goddamn thing, city of dumbass taxed. And parents who frequently allow their kids to throw public temper tantrums and affectionately feed them a 3-minute timeout will be heavily fined. Beat that kid's ass. I ain't saying to kill him, but pop that little mother hugger. Let him know who the boss is. And what the hell is a timeout anyway? This ain't no damn game. Initiate Project Ass Whooping now. So forget the bullshit. The alternative fact lies. 2020, Big Mike, an honest mother. Shut your mouth. Whew. All right, John, I'm finished.
Everybody, give it up for Big Mike, please, everybody. Listen, first off,
man, I had this nice calm set all planned out right here and from my book, and then this guy texts me to do all high energy pieces.
Do it, man. Look, Mike, you gotta listen, tax him. I'm voting for you. That was hilariously the most offbeat rap I've ever heard in my entire life, man. I've never heard a single rap more offbeat. It is hilarious. That's why I wouldn't stop it. I was like, gotta keep this going. We gotta record this. Nobody's gonna believe he is 4 bars off count. And you was rocking it too. So hey, look.
He's not the instrumental, man. That's not my fault. That's DJ Rico Steele's fault, man. He did not have it. He was looping the intro.
History will not remember it that way. They will hear the video and be like, he is definitely rapping to the words of the beat that he's not, because he's not. Listen, hey, look, it was a gallant effort, man, and I respect it. Look, hey, you're my boy, man. I
tried, man. I tried. I don't know what else to say. I tried, man.
Listen, Mike, first, everybody clap it up one more time. Get the emojis up for Big Mike, please, everybody. So Big Mike, man, listen, first, thank you for being here with us, man. I got a couple of questions for you too. As always, I like to talk to the writers. We never really get an opportunity to get into the mind and the thought process of the writers. So many times these venues, we see them, they rock, and they scamper off, they gotta go. But we quarantine, we at our house, we can talk to you a little bit. So Big Mike, man, listen, first, how have you been doing during this pandemic quarantine time of state-sanctioned violence where they kill Black women and then charge the bullet for the wall?
I mean, mentally, I'm pretty exhausted.
Yeah.
Being a teacher and actually caring about other humans, it's very exhausting. Physically, I've actually dropped 30 pounds from 290 to 264. So physically, I'm walking around more, probably because I'm so stressed. So I take my dogs for walks all the time. But I got to be honest, man. I'm mentally exhausted through teaching and through just seeing what's going on in the news and stuff. It's not a great place to raise children nowadays.
Yeah. What have you been doing to alleviate some of that stress because I mean, as a writer, right? As a writer, as an artist, and then also as a teacher, a lot of people don't realize when you are a teacher, you got like 20 something kids, you taking ALA problems home with you, then you watch the news and that's gonna kill you too. Like what are you doing to decompress from all of this stuff?
Like I said, man, I get home and I walk for about an hour and a half with my dogs. So I kind of take that time to walk, gather my thoughts. Today was actually that new Colossus poem was the first time I really sat down to write something. I haven't been doing much writing. I've been trying to focus on getting the kids together for school. So when people think that online school is easier for teachers, they are tripping. That shit is 1,000 times harder, man. We have to plan more. We're working hours and hours after, we're scheduled to work. So it's a challenge, man.
It's a challenge.
I haven't been drinking and I haven't been eating fried food, bro.
Look, just to give the audience some context, Big Mike used to he'd do his poetry features, and then he would take a snack or a lunch break during his show. Like he would actually have snacks in his cargo pants pocket. One time he pulled out a juice box and a Wendy's. I think he had a Wendy's burger in his pocket just in case of emergency. So this is big. This is a big deal here, you guys. I'm not making
He always gets on me because he had me do a feature somewhere and I was in the middle of eating, so I ate my whole dinner while I was featuring.
This is not made up.
Yo, so man, this big boy life is not a game, son.
Look, Big Mike, man, you introduced a couple of your poems with a statement that I think most writers of color and people of color, not just writers, I don't want to narrow it down to writers of color, but people of color have been asking white people to do. And it's really talk to other white people about racism. Can you talk a little bit about the importance of it and things that you had to deal with or how you execute this dialogue with white people in spaces where we can't get to?
I think, when you see white people that have prejudices, they won't show it to people of color. You know what I mean? Like they'll hide that shit. But, we'll hear it at the water cooler and things like that. And I think there was a time when a lot of people it makes them uncomfortable. So they'll either ignore it or walk away. And I really think that time is over. So I spend a lot of time like just checking people. And unfortunately, I work with a lot of Karens. So
okay.
I find myself, I have to do it in a way that I'm not coming off as like super abrasive or whatever, because, some people will listen and some only want to see their point of view and just keep making excuses. We have a lot of diversity training in school, right? So now the big thing is in school, like, oh, well, I read books with, minorities in it. Like, that's not enough. Like, conversation needs to be had about what's going on in the world. And, some teachers are afraid to do that. And, I'm like, this is what you have to do. We have to speak about it. And if you don't feel that way, I'll let them call it. I call numerous people racist today. I have no problem with it. I get very frustrated easily too. So.
Well, you said you confessed one of the scariest things that at least I think about. You said you work with a lot of Karens. That means there are Karens teaching our kids. There's like a deep tract of racism that means that exists in the classroom.
I also work with a lot of phenomenal female teachers, but when you're teaching, our school is very diverse, and when you're teaching kids of color and you're not going to look at your classroom and you're not going to start teaching lessons that represent them, and you're going to start labeling them, or you are favoring certain kids instead of kids of color, like brown kids do go to the office more than the white kids. They have a lot more patience for it. And we need to change that, So teachers just need to stop saying, oh, well, I'm reading books or this and that. Like, you need to really do the work and care about your kids and their community, because if they don't change the bullshit that we've messed up, then we're not doing our job as teachers.
Okay, look, that's absolutely real, man. Question, what suggestions do you have for other white people when confronting racism? Because I'm sure I mean, you know, it could put people in a position, maybe they're scared to challenge it, maybe they're comfortable in the silence or blending in. What kind of advice would you give to other white people? Because they're gonna be watching this too somewhere. I don't know if there is or are. They're gonna correct me.
I believe it's our duty to speak up. If you really feel passionate about you know, being an ally to the cause, then you need to speak up. I mean, it's something you have to do. If you ignore it, then you're part of the problem. Your silence is part of the problem. And I just feel like, you know, I'm a middle-aged white man. You know, I just feel like I have to say something at all times, whether it's at Thanksgiving to my parents or whether it's teaching at school, whether it's, you know, giving a book to teachers. I got to be honest, like Mahogany's book, Woke, I must have bought it for about eight teachers, just so they can say, look, you need to look at this book. This is what activism can be in your classroom. And in a way that they won't feel, I guess, I don't know, threatened is the right word, or pressured, but it'll be in a comfortable way to teach activism, having kids do kind acts and things like that. So it's something that we have to do one way or the other. If you ignore it, then, you know, you're part of the problem.
Right on. So Mike, I asked this question to all of the poets that feature for us. Who are your favorite poets? Give us a few of them, and then like maybe 5 of them. And then what books do you suggest we read?
So Roddy is one of my favorite poets, and Omar Holman. I would love to see them in their primes just fucking go at it, yo. I always wrestle with that, you know. Who would win, Roddy or Omar? Who do you think would win, John? I'll put you on the spot.
Well, Roddy and Omar, you got to tell me what year it is, man, because look,
Yo, both in their prime.
If it's today.
No, not today, in their prime. I don't know. I know I would win regardless, but it's not about me right now.
You can't measure that. It's different. It's different. Look. They was both on teams that I coached. So
no, yeah, so you can take credit whoever wins.
I mean, they both was champions in the venue that I run with.
No, but I love Roddy. Like Roddy is one of my favorites, man, because like just watching her grow as a performer, a poet, and a human. And look, Omar, you know, Omar is the same. Like, you know, he's amazing to me. You're one of my favorites. You know how much I love you, Mahogany. I love Mahogany. You know, Rob Hilton is one of my favorites. So, you know, I'm a lot of my people's. If we had to go to the books, I would say like Sarah Holbrook is a poet I learned from my classroom. Nikki Grimes is another poet. I read all of her you know, poetic novels, and Jason Reynolds. I'm reading his stuff now too, because they're making me a better teacher. So I have poets that make me a better teacher and a better performer. So yeah. And as far as books, you know, I've been reading a lot of kids' books, but the book that Jason Reynolds wrote about gun violence, where the kid was in the elevator, I forgot the name of that book. You know what book I'm talking about?
Mahogany, can you fact check me? That Long Way Down, Mahogany? Long Way Down.
Long Way Down. I just read that, man. That has bars. Nikki Grimes, I just read, I read Words with Wings to my students every year. You know, Woke by Mahogany is another one of my favorites. I only really read kids' books, though. I'm not gonna lie. Like, if I buy a poet's book, I probably just kind of look at it and put it on the shelf. But if it's a kid book, I read that shit. I still didn't read Omar's book yet, but I bought it.
You didn't read Omar's book? Omar, hopefully Omar watching this.
I know most of it. Omar's book, I've skimmed through it, but I mean, I have a lot of books from, you know, poets that I want to support. But
you only bought Omar book because you wanted to support him? I can't wait till he sees this video. Somebody tap Omar right now.
Yo, Omar can't say shit because I know he didn't read my book. He edited it, but he didn't read it.
He edited it,
but he didn't read it. He didn't enjoy it.
So somebody tell Omar what's happening to him right now.
No, don't tell him. Don't tell him.
Hey, look, and listen, really talking about Roddy, talking about Omar Holman, man, and their success on stage. Mike was a coach of theirs, and so was Mahogany L. Brown, and those are probably two of coldest coaches in the game, man. Your favorite poets in this region, at least, if not nationally and globally, are connected to these two, definitely to Mahogany, definitely to Mike. They're from Jersey, so look them up. And look, everybody give it up for Big Mike, please, everybody. One time. Mike, is your communication, your social media and all of this stuff in the chat window?
Absolutely not. I am horrible at advertising for myself and promoting, but I guess I'll put it in there.
Put it there, man, so we can stay in touch with you. Listen, I want to thank everybody for pulling up, coming through tonight, and I'm glad we didn't have any Zoom bombers destroy our business. Hey, looks like CJ is in here. Deck is in here. Welcome, CJ.
Yo, CJ, I love him too, man.
He's got his
When I
camera
saw
off.
CJ the first time, he was one. I really loved his energy.
Listen, be safe, everybody. Good night. My name is Jive Poetic. Stay looking out for the next Stimulive. Make sure you check out these poets online and buy their products and all of that. And I'll see you at the next one.